Hey folks, welcome back to Big CheeZ. You are joining me for the first episode of 7 Days to Die. This is a zombie survival game. I was going to do this video anyway, to show a friend of mine what 7 Days to Die is like before he buys it and joins it on here with me. No pressure, great. After doing this, but yeah, I really love this game, and there's a lot of YouTube I know doing this already. But it makes a very good community game too. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, you know. So any of you guys like how this goes across, I'm doing this mostly to like persuade him into buying it, or like show him at least what it's like, so he knows whether to buy it or not. So if it works on any of you, then great. Right, 7 Days to Die starts off with a little bit of a tutorial thing, okay? The ideal place to start is where we have been spawned in this time. You create your world, you can either play it on multiplayer or you can play it on local. I've got this one on local just because then I don't have to worry about anyone coming around and killing me while I'm doing these things. I'll show you guys what to do. But to be fair, you can set up your own worlds. You can set up PvE worlds, so you can just have your community on there struggling to survive in the zombie apocalypse. As far as I know, you're like the only... Well, you're not the only person. There's a couple of people knocking around, but they're not really that handy as NPCs. You don't really get to team up with anybody or anything like that. It's not quite like... State of Decay or anything like that. You don't get teammates and that kind of thing. If you want teammates, you gotta have, you know, a community around you, like we do. The cheddar community could survive and thrive on this game. I'm just saying, you know, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But that's for another day. Anyway, right, so you go around 7 days. It starts off with having a little tutorial for you. Because say for our first one, we have to craft a bedroll. So you go around, you punch these things. Little tufts of grass or whatever happens to be, and that will give you fiber, okay? And again, we kind of played, I played this game, same as I do with Satisfactory really at the start, going over the required. So, although I only need 20, I'm going way over that. So you press, I'm not a fantastic one on the buttons. I haven't played in this game for a little while, because so many other things. Now I want my inventory. Where's my inventory? There it is. Why is it all the way down that end? Okay, maybe some updates, I don't know. So our bedroll is what we want to craft first, okay? So this is our crafting section. It will show you everything, okay? And there is so much to build in this. This is just basic one. We've got building, we've got ammo and weapons. That's always a good one to get into. Food, first aid, clothing, etc. But first, foremost, we want the bedroll. So we have it already selected on one. We just press up. And it'll start crafting bedroll for us. That'll take 20 seconds. It's not too bad, okay? Where are we going to put that bedroll? I hear you guys wondering, okay? We're going to chuck it in this building right here. Now, whenever you start 7 Days to Die, you'll start with this same sort of area, okay? Whether you are in the desert, you're in the snow, you're in whatever happens to be, there will always be a house nearby anyway, okay? Now, the forest section is probably the best one to start in, just because they don't have to worry about temperature so much. Because there is a lot to kind of consider in 7 Days to Die, but the house will look roughly the same. And I believe you don't really have to worry about zombies too much in the first house, at least. I think because like it's going to be your start of house, I think the assumption is that you're going to put your bedroll in here before you've crafted any weapons. They don't really put any zombies in here, so there are beds and stuff, but you know, whatever with that one. So we're going to go this, go back over. There it is. It's not. Okay, this game was made for PC first. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it was. So the controls, they're not amazing for console gaming, I will say that. It is built more to PC kind of controls with it. So you have your buttons for your little quick bar section down the bottom, rather than your triggers. You have all this stuff for the crafting menu. You can click on it instead of cycling across everything. There's not a lot of quick buttons to get to stuff on this. So if that kind of thing annoys you with conversions between PC and PlayStation games, stay the hell away from this, because this will aggravate the crap out of you. That being said, okay, there's a lot going for 7 Days to Die, even on PlayStation. Okay, am I punching these things? I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't remember how to gather wood. How do I gather wood? I thought it was punching this crap. No. It is crap punching that crap. Cool. Fantastic. Now stones. Once this first bit is done, everything else is very easy. There it goes. There's a little stone there. Is that enough? No, I need 5. Freaking great. Now, once you get enough to get the stone axe, like once you have a first one, everything else is very easy, because as long as you keep your stockpile stocked with plenty of stone, plenty of wood, and to be fair, you will anyway, just because of how you'll build and how you'll progress in this game. It's just easiest if you do that. Then you won't really have to worry about this stage ever again, which is thankfully a good thing. You'll find rocks, all those big boulders, and like there'll be cinder blocks and stuff like that knocking around. But I don't know if I can punch cinder blocks. Can I? Am I able to or not? I am, but it's just going to take ages. So it's better if I just find the rocks. Back in 2 seconds, okay? Okie dokie, guys. I have now got enough stone. Right, I couldn't find them around here. The downside with spawning in the forest area is that while you have all the grass, it makes it a little bit trickier to find all the small stones unless you want to harvest all the grass. But you do get a lot of cinder blocks, you get a lot of rocks, which that kind of thing cancels it out for, really. But we're going to go down here, we're going to select our stone axe, and we'll just craft one, okay? Once we've got this done, then we can just, we can go around, harvest a load of rocks, cinder blocks, whatever we want to kind of do, so that we have plenty of stuff for the future, okay? Now, the PlayStation one, I think it runs a bit differently to the PC ones. I've seen a bunch of YouTubers doing it, and I've seen a few playing it lately, especially, where they have to invest a lot more time into upgrading their skills, okay? Now, that's a lot of different skills in this game, okay? There's like hunting ones, there's harvesting ones, there's all sorts of stuff. Oh, hi, buddy. Our first zombie. That was nice timing. Although I've only got a really crap weapon. Alright, here we go. Yep, go down. Just go, stop being angry at me. Right, now head stuff does do more damage, okay? Now, while he's down, we can... Oh, he is dead. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, headshots do more damage. Oh, okay, that's good stuff. I mean, that's handy. Right, this is your rating system. Okay, I'll go back to the other stuff in a second, but while we're here. So the 203 is your rating, okay? Now, as you can see down by the axe, all right, that's got a really low rating of 1, okay? When you start off, all the stuff that you're going to make has a really low rating. Now, I'm just going to get rid of him, just so I don't keep going back to him. There we go. Nice squelchy noise, isn't it? Is there any more around? I think we're good. Yeah, this is what I was kind of getting onto anyway. So, on the PlayStation one, when you craft another one, see if we can do it now. We'll do, yep, perfect. And then we can go get some more rocks and stuff. So, we'll craft another one. And now it's level 2. Okay, with the PC ones, I think you actually have to invest a lot more time into your growth and that kind of thing. With this one, it seems like, although that's a good thing, and your skills will grow as you harvest, as you make stuff in bits and pieces, just making things over and over again will also help you improve the rating of your equipment anyway. Which is kind of nice for us anyway. Come on, there we go. Now, I need to make some fiber hood and clothing, and I can probably do that while we're doing some harvesting. So we'll go over the clothing. That's what I mean. So some of this stuff is not really that geared. I mean, you can do this, which is really nice, just the L2 and R2 triggers. The typing in, easier when you're on PC, or if you've got a keyboard for your controller. But what do I need? So I need that. I need hood. I want the hat instead of hood, personally, but whatever. Fiber pants, shirt, and shoes. Sorted. Okay, beautiful. Now, while that's crafting up, we're just going to harvest some bits and pieces. Just okay. Okay, sorry. The game will mess with you a lot as well. There'll be random sounds now and again. I think it's that other thing going into my... Oh, it's the crafting. Okay, that's fine then. There will be random sounds now and again, and they will not mean anything at all. It does not mean that there's enemies near you. Sometimes it will, don't get me wrong, but the game likes to mess with you, I think. Am I over encumbered? Is that what I mean? Is so? I don't know. Now I need to go over to my equipment. There we go, and put the stuff on. So we just go over to it. You have a quick move, so that's kind of nice. And done. So now we look kind of like a grifter. Not too bad, but we're going to chuck on this shirt straight away, to be fair with you. Looks very odd. I agree with you there. Now we can take stuff. Come on, pick it up. Pick it up. And drop it. No, pick it up. And drop it. There we go. If it's not doing me any favours by keeping it on me, so we're just going to get rid of it straight away. It's not a big deal. Now though, we have to make a wooden club, which is like our kind of first weapon that it kind of recommends you to get in the game. The club is kind of useful, but to be fair, you'll create more axes as time goes on. As you can see down the bottom, that little kind of light brown bar that we first had very full, that you can see on the number 2 axe, that's how much durability the item has got left. Okay, as you can see, this one is nearly entirely worn out. This one, you'll use this a hell of a lot more than you'll use, say, a wooden club. Hi, buddy, I see you up there. Right, we're going to take this, and we're going to chuck you away. Go to you. So any basics again. And where is it? No, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. There we go. Wooden club. Right, I'm going to make a couple more stone axes then while we're here. Fantastic. Just get some stuff, Yes! Now, this is something that I think is kind of really undervalued by most people who play this game. So you can use bow and arrow, okay? There are guns and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that bow and arrow is better than guns or anything like that. Okay, however... Yeah, right then, come on then. I'll tell you what, I'll show you, we'll do this instead. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, come on then. Yeah, they do have kind of very weird outfits, some of them. Bonk. You dead? No, you're not dead. Oh, you are dead. Beautiful. What have you got? I'll take it. Where's that other one? He's not come down. That's fine then. Right. Yeah, bow and arrow. It's highly undervalued, I think. Nobody ever puts points into their archery or anything like that. But here we go. Found a nest. That's good. Come on, give it to us. Give it to us. Feathers. Yes, there we go. Now, nests are fantastic. This is one of the reasons why the forest is such a great area to start in. Though you don't get many small rocks, and you do get a lot more of those in, say, the snow area and bits and pieces like that, it compensates out very quickly for that, okay, with some cinder blocks, some boulders and bits and pieces like that. What the other areas don't have very much of is the nests, okay? And if you want to get into the bow, if you want to do bow and arrow, archery and focus and that kind of thing, you need the feathers for it. They are a very cheap ammunition. It's one of the reasons why I kind of really love the bow and arrow. If you hit the head, fantastic. It's pretty much dead in one, okay? Now, with a sniper rifle and stuff like that, it's very easy to do that kind of thing anyway, and you know, most of the guns will do that as well. But the bow and arrow, it's a very cheap resource to do that with. Bullets cost a lot, especially later on, but for a like kind of early on item that will help you, especially with, you know, a whole lot of zombies, it doesn't take a long time to just kind of pull back and fire off another bow and arrow. So yeah, but we're getting inside because it's getting dark, and at nighttime zombies are stronger. Yeah, zombies run at nighttime. So during the day, I'm gonna set this to craft the bow and arrow while we're talking. Where is it? This way. Yep. That one. We'll craft one of those and arrows. I just want everyone I can get, basically. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, at night time, during the day, zombies run very slow, which is lovely. It makes it easier for us to go ahead and bonk them. At night time, which isn't quite yet actually, I don't think, it's just getting dark, zombies run, and they run very quickly at you. You cannot get away from zombies very easily at night time. You have to really fight them. They have a good memory. They can lock onto you for quite a while, and they will keep chasing you. If they see light, then again they will chase after you, which is why we need to get this place shored up a little bit better, because if they see fire and stuff in here, then they will come in. They will come to the door, they will knock, and they will blow our house in. Okay, so we need to make sure that there's no holes, no bits and pieces that zombies could possibly see light through, and I do mean none. So any of the little gaps and stuff like that, even though the fire is going to be over there, they will still see it through these like little gaps, and they will see you, they'll smell you. There's a lot of factors in this that the zombies can get you for, okay? If you are carrying, say, meat from a deer hunt, there is deers in this, and you can harvest them for food later on, which is great. Zombies can smell it, okay? This game has got a lot of stuff going for it in terms of mechanics for how the zombies can track you down, and it's really cool, it's really great for it. They'll hear you, they'll smell you, they'll see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then so will you. As the game progresses, as we go to the top, it says day 1, time, whatever, okay? On the 7th day, or night time of the 7th day, there will be a blood moon, okay? Blood moons force a wave of zombies to just come at you, okay? Now, on any other night, sorry. On most other nights, zombies don't necessarily come to your door, okay? You won't necessarily see anybody. At least I believe not. I never have, okay? It's just because sometimes I've seen them, sometimes I haven't. On blood moon nights, they will come at you. They know exactly where you are. They're going to run at you. So you have to have your base ready to repel a zombie attack by the 7th day, which is pretty cool, okay? Now, the first one is kind of easy to sort out, okay? I'll be very honest with you there. What I did for my first one is I made like a kind of killing pit. So, is that everything on here? Not even close. Right, I'm going to show upstairs. So we can deal with zombies who come in at the moment, I think. Now this house is good. It's got 3 entrances, so it means it's got 3 exits as well, okay, which is handy for us. Now up here, right there, is where I tend to knock through, okay, and then I start to create a kind of balcony out, all right, with a big hole in the middle. I find some metal, I get that bottom door shored up, I take that door, that can't be accessed by the zombies because it's just out onto a balcony and they can't get to. This one, however, can be, so I tend to take out the stairs from that one. I'm happy with 2 ways out, it doesn't really bother me. So I make one out there, then the zombies focus on the metal door down there, it takes some ages to get through it, with bow and arrow, pop, 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 done. Okay, I've survived, I think, 3 waves of zombie, of blood moons. Like that, okay? It's handy, it's good. It gives you time to kind of get used to the mechanics of the game, okay? You can set things in this so that your world progresses quicker, goes into higher difficulties quicker. You can have blood moon every single night if you want to. God knows why you'd want to. But you can set a lot of stuff this way. It's got really a lot going for this game. The rest of this bit, the rest of the tutorial is not that important for it, but I mean, you kind of do more stuff like this. So let's see, wooden frames. This is your kind of basic building blocks for how you kind of build your bases, how you upgrade your bases. Later on, we will end up building a base somewhere else, closer to a water supply probably. I'm just gonna build 50. No, okay. Closer to a water supply probably, just because it'd be handy for that. But there's a lot going into this game, so you have to budget your time for that, defeating that many zombies. You have to plan ahead to make sure you have somewhere where you can kill that many zombies, as well as dealing with the survival elements of food, water, sickness. Sickness is a thing there. So one of the things we did pick up from those crates is those. If I can I just select it? Yeah, I can just select it. Perfect. Vitamins. Vitamins improve your wellness and can cure early stages of dysentery. So, if you eat something bad, you get dysentery, and then you have bad health effects against you for a little while. That will help with that, okay? Making sure you are making food properly is a big aspect of that game. What else is that to? Vitamins, you have antibiotics to help cure other diseases. You have wellness is a factor into it. So if you're not eating proper food, your wellness goes down. Therefore, your stamina goes down. All sorts of stuff like that impact the game. And I mean, the idea is there's no story element to this one. It's not like Subnautica where it's survival horror, that kind of thing, where there's an actual story element to this. It's just survive. It's just survive as long as you can. And you have your little player list here of whatever. So how many zombies we've killed, player kills. So if you are on PvP and stuff like that, deaths, level, score, etc. It's good. It's a really good community game for that kind of thing. You can build a nice big base together. You don't even have to build a base necessarily, actually building blocks rather. There are vaults, there are underground bunkers, there are all sorts of stuff in this game. Later on, you do get into guns properly, sniper rifles, pistols, AKs, and you can upgrade them with a whole bunch of stuff. You can make your character look badass. Mine looks very odd, I will give you that. But later on, you can do more stuff with it. Mine looks, very special. But then, on the side here, so you've got level 1, wellness, food, water, the temperature, zombie kills, etc. There's so much into this game. Doesn't look, very polished up. I will give you that, okay? It's not like Subnautica, we can't really compare it to that. But this game has got so much going for it, it doesn't really matter, okay? And it's so fun, it is really. You've invested a lot of time into making sure your zombie traps, your built bases are ready for it. I haven't done any of this game before with anybody else. I've kind of tend to stay on my local or private games or whatever. But I'd love to play this with more people. So, Wowsy, if you're watching, if you enjoyed this one, this is what the game is like. Anyone else watching who hasn't had Zombie 7 Days to Die yet, Or if you have had, if you've got 7 days to die already, let me know. Join me in here. Come on, let's go for it. Let's take on the zombies together as a whole unit. Just one big fist. Just yeah. And zombies, by the way, are not limited to just people. There are zombie dogs. There are zombie bears. There's all sorts of stuff. There's burning zombies. There's loads of stuff in this game. It just makes it crazy fun. But yeah, okay. If you've enjoyed this one, guys, if it has encouraged you to get 7 days side, let me know. I would love to join this one with you guys. It will just be, unless there's like an overwhelming vote for it, after we've all kind of got to know each other a bit more, maybe we can take our PvE private community of Cheddar onto a PvP one. We'll link up all together and we will conquer a server. In the meantime, guys, stay happy, stay safe, stay away from zombies out there. Keep being cheesy. I have been Big CheeZ. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I will catch you later for more 7 Days to Die. Bye.